Alright guys, welcome to an update of my analysis on the hospital record I've been working on for a while. And in this particular part, what are we looking at? We're looking at the patient demographic analysis. So basically we want to know more about the patient, right? We want to know the age of the patient and the total number of patients, right, that fall into that particular age. So that is what we're trying to, or I'm trying to look at with this in this particular part that you're watching at present. So I want to look at the overall age distribution. I want to look at it as at 2022. Why am I using 2022? It's just basically because of the data set I'm working on. If you have this data set and you're a data analyst, you understand why I'm actually using that. So what am I trying to do here, right? Now, that means I will be subtracting the from 2022, 31st of December from the age, that is the birth date of that particular patient, right? Now, one thing I could have done initially is just to create a new column and have that particular column, then select that column and write my query based on that column, right? But I'm not doing that in this particular query. What I'm trying to do is to incorporate everything inside just a single query without having to create that column. So it's more or less like a virtual column I'm trying to create, and I work on it directly, right? So that is why I'm using dated if here, and I'm doing in terms of here. That is, it takes out 2022 from the birth date, then giving my answer in year. And of course, I'm giving an alias here, which is age. So as I'm trying to get the age of the patient as at 2022, 31st of December, and afterwards I'm having the patient count. That is the total number of patients by each year that I'm going to have. Of course, from the patient table, because whatever we're doing now is on the patient table. And I have to put a clause where birth date is not null. What does not null mean? It means it's actually not empty. And of course, we are grouping by the same clause we selected with, which is our age. And of course, I have to put the clause that I use, which is the dated if year, birth date, comma 2022 31st of December, which will give us our year basically, or give us the age of each of the patients or the patient that are involved in this particular data set. And of course, we have to group what we are selecting by. Initially, I'm using age. Later, I erase that and I'm putting the entire clause there. We both work, yes, both is going to work, right? But I decided to, no, sorry, I mean the dated if is what is actually best fit for this particular group. And after I have to order by the dated if as well. So basically, I'm looking at it here. I'm looking at each of the age that we have, the total number of patients falling in that particular category is quite a number, right? Very, very, very long. So just gives more details, more insight about the kind of patients that they are having. I later went ahead to even order it by the count of patient, that is the patient count, to see the age that has the most patient and to also see the age that has the least patient. So this is giving me more details about the patient that are involved in this particular analysis or this data set or the hospital in total. So basically that is that for this particular analysis, and I'll see you in the next part. Remember, if you are yet to watch the previous part and get yourself updated with what I've been doing, then you have to go back my page and see the things that I've done so far. So I'll see you in the next part. Bye.